Hey guys, today is February the 19th of 2018 and I want to go over gold and crude using WD Gann price and time technical analysis. So please pause the video and read the video disclaimer. So we're going to start out with ES. ES. I am short ES 2837. And put my stops, and so far my stops are trailing. I'm manually trailing them, and right now the stop is at 27.65. My analysis is saying that this week we could probably be doing a swing top starting from tomorrow, or maybe just start it, but anywhere between definitely the 20th and on, 2 or 3 day window. We're going to be doing a swing top, and if my analysis is correct, push lower. There's a couple of dates I'm watching. There's the first week of March for a possible swing low, and there's another date that I'm still debating. Some people ask me, what are you, a mechanical trader? Do you have a system you follow? Or are you a discretionary trader? I am both. There's a pros and cons to being a discretionary trader, and there's pros and cons for being a mechanical, systematic system trader. So I decided I'm just gonna blend both and use both together, and that's what I've been doing. So that's why when you see that I put a date and then I might add another date, is because I'm researching and discovering other clusters, correlations that I missed on my first analysis or my first run. I'm always looking at different data, looking at different calculations, different strategies, and sometimes you get some new information, sometimes you get some new insights, so you have to update yourself and update the system and update your decision. And then at the end of the day, you got to let your soul, your mind, your consciousness, be at peace at what your conclusions are. And you also use it's a term I've been hearing from this podcast. I'm always listening to information, NPR. I recommend you listen to NPR and different things in regards to the science and the mathematics. And there's this term. It's I haven't pinned it or coined it, but they call it augmented reality. It's a term where you do your analysis and you also use a machine, AI or machine learning with your analysis, and then at the end of the day you come to your own conclusion. So I also use that technique too. So I have machines running different strategies and different analysis and algos and seeing what they come up with, and then I come up with some stuff. So and then we'll see is like, well, it's different than what I came up with. What's the machine saying that I'm not seeing? So it's kind of the future. If you want to learn something that's gonna benefit you, get into programming, learn Python, or learn some language where you could code and have a machine work alongside with you and crunch numbers and data and everything, and you do it yourself too, and kind of compete with the machine, see who comes out with a better outcome for forecasting. Anyway, I digressed. I went too far. I just wanted to show you, I've got a couple of emails, and hey, what kind of trade are you? So I just wanted to show you that I'm both. So my stop is here at 27.65, and let's see what happens this week. I know it's President's Day. Futures has been open. It's just, I guess it's selling off. But what should be a swing down. If you want to look at a system, we could say that, there's a possible target of 2406. Is it going to get down there? It could. I won't rule it out. But, I'm just showing you possible targets. As a systems trader, this is what a system trader would do. Okay, so we got an A, B, and C. And if this is the swing top, this is my possible target. But then there's other people that discretionary and system traders that do even more number crunching using esoteric and mathematics and different techniques, especially WD Gann stuff, and could come out with different price range. So you have to add those also. And then once you add all those, then you probably get a machine learning algo to number crunch the possibilities of all the other ones you've got, and then you kind of narrow it down to one, and then you'll be like, all right, I'll stick with this. But as a discretionary trader, you'll be like, I'm leaning towards this, and that's where the soul effect comes in, because that's what makes you human, and the machine doesn't have that, the intuition. So that's why you have to kind of use both, but it doesn't hurt to have a machine alongside you doing the number crunching also, because they do it faster, they do it better, but we have a soul and they don't. That's the godlike that we have that they don't. But you can throw all the numbers at them and they'll work hard and they'll be very successful in number crunching and statistics and everything and possibilities. But the intuition they don't have. So that's my target. That's where I'm at on ES. Let's go into gold. Gold wasn't too good. I was short 1350 and it came down and then it came right back up and stopped me out at 1346. So I made a little something, but not a lot. Definitely was a negative, but got blown out right here at that Valentine's 14 candle popped up, and now it's just kind of what's next. So I'm on the sidelines on gold. I was leaning that it was going to go down. That's why I always say place your stops, because if I ain't no WD Gann, but the closer I research and the more I analyze and the more I study the markets, that's my goal, where my accuracy would be 100%, 95 to 100%. As of now, I'm not there. So, but trial and error, my goal is to get better. So this didn't pan out, and you'll get those here and there until you get better at forecasting and figuring out how the gold is dancing. Let's look at the futures. This is the ES right here. Look at today's. So 16, 20. From here on, it should. This could be the swing top. Could be. But anywhere between today, tomorrow, and the 22nd. I expect it to turn. And if I'm wrong, I got my stop up above. Looking at gold, let's see where we're at on gold. Over here, 1350, I was short. 1346, I got stopped out. So that's what I made. And this is where it's dancing with a little doji of undecisions. Bulls pushed it up, bears pushed it down, and now right smack in the middle. With a swing top of possible 216. So let's see how that goes. The swing top here was 125. Swing low, 28. So I'm on the sidelines on this until I analyze it more and see if my theory is still correct and it's just had a pop to squeeze, some weak bears. Crude. My last thoughts on crude. From my last video, you saw that I saw the interesting number, mark of the beast, if you're a Christian and read the Bible, 6666. That you won't be able to buy or sell if you don't have the mark of the beast. Well, crude has just put the mark of the beast as a swing high and sold off. Made a swing low of 2.9, and now it's popping. So let's see if we maybe, I don't know, create a channel here. You don't want to short it yet. You want to let it exhaust itself. These are the bottom feeders I call. The catfishes, seahorses that come. They live all the way in the bottom. And buy it and let them exhaust themselves and see if we could, retest that 66.66. And if we fail new high, then we'll determine from there. But as of right now, I'm still on the sidelines on that. Another one I'm watching is the Euro, USD. Where are you, Euro? Right here. Look at the Euro. So it made a high here, came down, put this other high, and got a nice little bear kicker, and it's undecided too. Got a little channel because I'm watching the 30-minute chart. So let's see if this is the swing top. Right now, it's just driving above the 45-degree angle, so that's not bad. Above the 50, not bad. Kind of struggling around this angle, but we'll see. So I'm still on the sidelines. I'm just watching this. Could this be the beginning of a channel to the downside? I don't know. Got to do some more analysis on the Euro. But we got to see right there. This is the channel that we're going to be dancing downward. We'll see. Let's see if we could push out of here and continue pushing up. That's it for me. I'm going to sign out. I've been getting some questions in regards to Gans Technique. What should I study? What book should I start? I got a video on it. The first thing you don't want to do is you don't want to start with tunnel through the air. You start with tunnel through the air, you're going to just not want to do Gann. You won't want to even study Gann. You think Gann is a nut. Study tunnel through the air book for last. Don't even bother reading the book. You're not going to get it. Read the fundamentals. Read all the books he wrote. All the little letters, all the little things you can find on the internet. And there's a bunch of it out there. Read it 3 times, as he said about the tunnel through the air. Read all his books 3 times, except tunnel through the air. Second thing, you want to grab just one thing and just get good at it. If you want to get good at scoring 9, just use square the 9 and just chart everything you can and just study and analyze what does your stock, your futures, your currency does when it navigates to the square of 9. Read everything he wrote about the square of 9. Once you read everything he wrote about the square of 9, then read other people's commentary about the square of 9. But don't. If you're going to get into the Gann stuff, you got to get into it. You have to have like a detective heart. You either got to be a Gemini, you got to love mysteries, you got to love discovering things, you love puzzles, you love, discovering words, you like breaking codes, you like creating, you have to have a desire to research and backtest and figure out and like, how the hell is this working? That's the kind of attitude you got to have to study Gann. If you don't have that attitude, then you're going to be mediocre. You're going to be just, lukewarm. You're not going to be either hot. You're not even going to be cold. You have to have that passion, and you have to have that detective passion. Gann never wrote it simple, because he's from the school of thought that if the universe is going to give it to you, you're going to have to work hard to get it. But he kind of gave you hints and led you in the direction, but didn't tell you exactly how to do it. So when, he wrote about the square 9 or about all the techniques and this and that, it's because, within the big puzzle and the big picture of what Gann was studying, and he analyzed the whole thing, everything is in compartments. But once you put the whole system together, you get the forecasting style that he had of being accurate when you put the whole thing together. So study one thing at a time. Study cycles. Break down all the cycles. Read everything that Gann said about cycles. And then read everything that other people say about cycles besides Gann. Hurst, everybody that you even future now that study cycles, different techniques, algorithm, computer algorithms and computer cycles and everything about cycles, how are they created, what sine waves, everything. Just read everything you can. And then once you feel that you have something going on there as an edge or something that gives you an edge or an understanding, and it may take you 6 months, it may take you a year, it may take you 20 years, it may take you 30 years, it may take you a long time. But once you feel like you got something good going, and you working towards perfection and getting better at it, then move to the next topic. Right now I'm learning about the different square that Gann hinted at. I mean, it was really it's crazy what the stuff that this guy was thinking, and I'm testing that. I'm back testing that. That's another thing. Back test everything that Gann said. Just back test it. Just reverse engineer it. Just look backwards, and see how it relates to the current markets now. And then see if it's worth it. See if it's working out for you. Maybe you're missing something. Maybe there's something connected with this that works with something else that Gann said. Those are the kind of things you have to be thinking. You just can't be like, all right, I tried the square of 9 and I ain't getting shit. I don't understand nothing about the square of 9. It's not making any sense. Then maybe try something different. Cycles, price and time. I don't know. Whatever it is, start with the basic books, the simple things that he wrote. And then just try to understand that, and then work your way up. And lastly, should be tunnel through the air. And look at this recommending list of books that he recommended. I mean, right there, that should at least last you at least 5 years. That's just crazy, right there. The stuff he was recommending: studying astrology, studying numerology, gematria, vibrations of numbers. I mean, mathematics. Obviously, if you're a mathematician, then you want to get really good. Study even more math. Geometry, markets of geometry, techniques. I got a video on that. I mean, it's a whole system. It's not just one thing. You're just not trading planets and looking at the sky and that's it. You have to have the system. You have to have the system down pat. Gann looked at everything. He was a Gemini. He was curious. He was like, it just can't be this. This is something else influencing this. And he didn't stop researching until he figured it out. And some things he may have figured it out, and some things he didn't. He went to the grave unknowing. That's reserved for God, because God is the all-knowing. But the stuff that he figured out and learned, it took him years. And he was not going to just write it in a book, from step 1 to step 99 for you to get it. No, if you deserve to find that truth, you need to work hard and look for it for yourself. Well, I'm going to stop my rant, but that's my advice for people that study Gann. Take one topic at a time and then just get good at it. Break it down. Be an expert. Be like, no, man, I back tested this stuff and this is how it works for me. It may not work for somebody else the same way for you, But you have to learn what he wrote. You have to have it engraved in your heart. You have to understand it. You have to all right, this is what he said. I'm assuming he's not crazy and he's not a liar. So I need to, test it the way he said to do it. Some things may be vague because he's not going to give all his secrets. He's going to have to leave it up to you to figure it out. As some people say, as the universe chooses to give it to you or illuminate you, whatever. But whatever it is, he's leading you somewhere where the water is. You just know how to get there, the trial of testing and failing until you figure it out. All right. My next video will be on URA. I'm analyzing the uranium sector, and I'm finding interesting stuff there. And another thing, too, you can't stop researching, man. I'm researching every single day. You cannot stop researching. I'm always thinking of different things and testing it and back testing it. Reading Gann's book. I'd never stopped reading Gann's book since I've first heard of Gann. I'm always rereading his stuff more than 3 times. I've read it maybe 5, 8 times. And every time I keep reading it, I'm always discovering something that's always leading me closer and closer to the truth. And with that, I'll let you go.